Hey guys, what's up? We are live again.
Why did you just wave?
From the Brojo.
They can't see us.
Jojo.
Yes, they can.
Yeah. In their hearts, Gil.
Alright, I wasn't gonna be gay about it.
God.
Anything's possible
It's
in your
gonna be like,
imagination.
I implanted a camera into Keaton's apartment a long time ago.
Oh.
I'm recording all of these.
How would a camera see all of us?
And a lot more. It's like way up there.
Like
I
Jay's
don't think the
late night
angle would
video
be
game
sufficient.
play?
Oh, the angle would probably be alright. It'd be like
You can
top of
wide
our heads
fucking
to like...
lens.
Basically like a surveillance camera would be fine.
I'm Kia,
but
not
then you'd be
Keith.
able to see it. Like a hidden camera wouldn't work.
Yeah, I was like, fucking see it.
We're here today with...
I'm John Dean.
I'm Eli.
My expectations are too low for anything anymore.
That's very understandable.
I'm Zach.
Get closer, Zach.
I'm Zach.
Don't have to yell, Jesus fucking Christ.
I'm jailed.
Well, you
Max
told them to get
Cooley.
closer. That makes them realize that.
I don't think you ever
I was also yelling.
sounded like that.
He didn't. I was just also yelling, and I had to think of somebody's name.
Right,
was the
again,
first
right?
one I thought of.
Okay, so
He
John,
already took Max, so.
John was at PAXeast.
Oh yeah, we gonna talk about that now?
Yeah, it's been 2 weeks, I know, but like, how'd you
Well,
like
yeah,
it?
I got back like 2 weeks ago. It was pretty cool.
Yeah, everyone got
Uh,
back like 2 weeks ago.
What do you mean?
Like
What?
when I went on my vacation, you went on your vacation, and then we
Two
got
were the
back
only
the
ones
same
that went on
day.
Yeah,
vacation.
it was just us.
They don't count. We had a fun time. They were just fucking working.
Whoa! Just because they're colored. I mean, geez, kid.
White.
They don't know that.
No,
Yeah,
it's
they do.
They obviously know that.
Yeah, but how was
For
yours?
the last podcast, I've just been the minority.
Yeah, that's
I'm here
true.
with all the Asians.
All by yourself.
All the Asian, there's only two of us.
I mean, that also.
I always forced the conversation back to rice.
2 out of 4.
Communism.
2 out of 4 is the majority, Zach.
Yay.
PAX is pretty cool. I got a chance to play pretty much every game that I wanted to play when I went there, which the only things that I was really like, this is what I'm definitely going to be waiting in line for was like,
Dark Souls.
well, I had checked out what the booth situation was going to be, and Dark Souls Remastered was there, but it was just on the Switch, which was fine, because that's what I'm most kind of curious about. And the way that was it was like, you go in line, and then you get in line to basically like walk around in a big circle, and you'll get one chance to play all the demos for every Switch game that Nintendo has at their booth, at their Switch booth. And so I was like, alright, I'm definitely going to hit that, because there's a couple other Switch games I wanted to check out. But it was like Dark Souls Remastered was there, so I wanted to see that on the Switch, play that. So I did get a chance. I played a bunch of other stuff that was in there. They didn't really have... I'm trying to think. They had the Kirby game there, but I had already played that, so... beforehand. There was a Mario Kart one where they were like showing off some new DLC, I think it was. I don't remember. Or if it was just, hey, you can fucking play Mario Kart, because it's here, it's ours, and we like fucking re-releasing it a lot.
You don't say.
Yeah.
Were there any good games?
Yeah, there were lots of them. And then Code Vein was the other one I wanted to check out.
Gross.
And then Earthfall, which is like a kind of sort of Left 4 Dead style shooter, but with like weird Cthulhu alien type things instead. And it was pretty awesome, actually. I liked it a lot. I had basically only like seen like a not like a gameplay, but kind of like a short cinematic teaser beforehand, and I was like, that looks kind of dope. I want to check that out.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how shitty was it?
It was not shitty. Do you not like Left 4 Dead?
Not really, no. It's kind of stale. I don't know.
I guess, yeah, I can understand that. This is basically just like a first-person shooter kind of horde style thing, but it's like way cheaper than like Left 4 Dead was, because it's just a Steam game. And the graphics are way better, but no, I liked it a lot. And then I basically like took the rest of my time, and at first I was like, because like the first night was Thursday, and it was like not packed at all. Like there was almost, not, I don't want to say like there was almost nobody there because like there was still a lot of people there, but like compared to the other days, it was like you never got like held up walking through aisles because people would stop in the aisles to like look at stuff and then they would take up the whole fucking aisle like a bunch of
fucking annoying,
like a bunch of fucking dumb turds. It was fucking stupid too because they like have signs posted up that are like, make sure that if this area is cluttered that you just come back later and see it later so that people can fucking walk through here. But no, they just fucking be like
punching your way through.
There'd be like fucking 6 dudes in a straight line across the whole aisle, and it's like fucking stand horizontal one instead. But Thursday night it was like all the same booth stuff, but there was just less people there because it was like a weeknight. Of course, there's not going to be as many people there. So basically, I took that day to just go check out. I basically spent the entire fucking day
doing everything you wanted.
Doing all the booths, because like I missed a few panels on Thursday night that I kind of wanted to show up for and see. But it was like, okay, I can take the time to go through all the booths I want to check out now, and then I'll have time to see any panels that I want to see these other 3 days. And then in between, if there's nothing else that I want to see, I'll just go check out more booths if I get a chance to. Or on Friday night and part of Saturday, because the lines were so fucking long, or not Saturday, Sunday, because the lines were so long for everything, I was just like, all right, I'll go check out all the like shops and stuff. And then like tabletop section was there. Yeah.
Did you check out John Wilkes?
Oh my God, Gil.
What the fuck, Gil?
What?
John Wilkes' booth. The guy who shot him randomly.
I know. I wasn't really paying attention.
I was talking about booths.
Yeah, no, I was spacing out.
Anyways,
Oh, man.
so like I went around and like checked out a bunch of like tabletop games
Terrible.
that I had never seen before, and I saw a couple cool ones. I didn't really buy anything, but there's one that I'm eventually gonna pick up at some time. It's called Pirates.
Are you rat pirates? Is that
No,
the,
yeah, well, kind of. You're rat pirates.
I feel like that's probably what it's about.
But it's called pie, as in like pie you eat, rats.
Okay.
And so your objective is to steal pies as rats.
This seems like a John Dean.
It's really punny. It's a really punny game.
God. I'll
So-
kill myself.
It's a really it's kind of like it's kind of like a card game that you play like in a small group kind of thing. It's kind of difficult to explain without the cards, but it's a pretty
Like Russian roulette.
no.
You just see how long it takes for Eli to shoot himself.
I mean, sure. It's
Count
actually
the puns.
it was actually kind of fun. It was nice. It wasn't like a game that was like too long per round. So it's like you could play around. You could play like 3 rounds, which could be a full game in like 25 minutes. So that was kind of nice about it. It wasn't too long. It was pretty decently cheap. It was like there was the base game and an expansion pack for like $30. So I didn't pick it up yet. I'm going to pick it up eventually because I liked it. It was simple. It was quick to pick up. If you are interested, definitely check it out. Like I literally learned how to play the whole game in like 10 minutes probably. So and then played a game for like 10 minutes and we played like an actual game. It wasn't like you get one turn in the Fallout board game in 10 minutes and then that's it. Don't get me wrong, I like the Fallout. I like the Fallout board game. It's just like games like that take a long time, so it kind of sucks if you don't have enough time for them.
Just like when we were playing.
Yeah, which is
Baldur's Gate.
which is why I like
said,
Pirates.
Someday
so.
we'll get back to D&D.
Yeah, obviously, but you know, just
Today
like
is not that day.
fucking,
No, is it?
we're not all busy. I mean, we could play D&D. I got my stuff in my car.
It's up to you guys.
I got my stuff.
figure that
I don't
out
have
later.
anything. Yeah. Anyways, so some other games that I played that I liked a lot. fuck, I just pretty much forgot everything. I played Dauntless for a little while. Not huge into it. I didn't hate it. It's just not my thing. I can't remember what Death Garden is like. It's like a multiplayer kind of PvP thing on Steam. Actually, really fun. It kind of plays like a little bit of like a Fortnite kind of thing, but like it's a little bit more kind of gritty.
Eli has
Like
lost
Radical
interest.
Heights.
But it's not like a battle royale though. And I have played Radical Heights.
Oh,
I
boy,
did not
I'm
play
sorry.
it at PAX.
Well, no, I imagine not.
I just played it, and it's not that great.
I know it's not that
It's
great.
more Radical Heights, more like Badical Heights. I don't know.
Nice
Yeah,
one.
I'm-
Hi,
I
Rad.
see,
Fuck
I can
off,
see
I mean,
that your pun work has not improved through that game.
Clearly, fucking eat my shit.
That's
Nah, I'm
not
good.
a pun, John.
It makes me mad because
That's
like
just an insult.
it makes me kind of mad because they have that like dollar sign in their logo for Radical Heights, so it looks like an S. It's like Radical Shites.
So,
Not wrong.
did you see any cool? Did you meet any game like panels? What are panels you went to then?
I went to basically like all the I went to one panel on Thursday, and it was like a beginner's guide to the like plot of Kingdom Hearts.
And did you go to that?
I already know the story to Kingdom Hearts. I just really wanted
Fuck was running this panel.
just some guy.
Dude, there's
that
like
plays Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah, there was like this like
No.
the reason I
it's like
asked
you
you
could
if
get
you
paid for
yeah.
Oh, what?
To tell people
Yeah.
about Kingdom Hearts.
Oh yeah,
There was- okay, so, like-
maybe he was basically just a guy who played Kingdom Hearts and was like, I'm gonna
Oh god damn.
tell them that I can do a panel on the beginner's story to Kingdom Hearts, and the guys that like organized PAX were like, all right.
Yeah, no, there was a girl like when last year when Jay, Max, and I went to the Wizard Con. She was deaf, and she was and her thing said Doctor Who expert, and like I felt bad because I could not understand half the shit she was saying.
Oh, deaf.
Yeah.
God damn. I thought you said she was deaf, like dressed
No.
up as death, and I was like,
No, she was
from
deaf.
like the fucking Darksiders.
No,
Oh,
she was-
Nothing here will-
Anyways,
No, she was deaf.
I went to a lot
so
of
confused.
panels. I went to like some game show ones that were pretty funny. Like there's this werewolf game that I went and saw.
Radical Heights, the best game show of
Lol.
all.
I went. It's like a werewolf game where everybody. They had like a bunch of indie game developers play it. It basically they all sit in like a half circle, facing the audience, and then they play the game and you just watch, and it was really funny. It was like basically there's two people in the group out of like 14 or 16 people who are werewolves, and the rest of the people don't know who they are, and they have to kill off one person every night until they get the werewolves.
So it's like Mafia.
Yeah, exactly. It's basically that. They're just werewolves instead of in the mafia. And then there's one person who gets turned into a werewolf later on. And that was really funny to watch. And then another game show one that I went to was Who Wants to Be a Nintendoaire, which is like Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, but it's just Nintendo questions.
Oh man, that
And-
sounds like a gay old time.
Yeah.
It was pretty funny. Like
the only thing gay about it was the way you said
it was really interactive with the audience, and that's why I like thought it was kind of funny. But it basically was like you get handed a ticket when you go in, and then they pick random people out of the audience. But I didn't want to play; I just wanted to watch because it was like super late on Sunday night, and I was like kind of tired. And I just wanted something to do.
I don't know, guys. I'm kind of tired. I think my Nintendo knowledge is down.
Oh no! Like I wouldn't have done any better than the people
Yeah,
who
no.
didn't or who were up there. Like,
What year did Duck Hunt come out?
well, it was like some of the stuff wasn't
What was
even
the
like.
first console we made? Super Nintendo? I don't know.
Well, like it was like the first 5 questions are like retarded easy. Like the first 3 questions, the answer is in the questions, and then like the next 2 are like everybody fucking knows.
What bird species was Samus raised by?
It wasn't anything.
What
like that.
nationality is Mario?
Lol. But and then like after that, there's like 2 or 3 questions that are like Yeah, you kind of gotta like know your Nintendo shit to know that. And then like everything after that is like it's an indie game that only got developed on the Wii U and nobody's playing it and fucking
Came out a week ago.
there was like 2 games that were mentioned in these questions that I had just straight up never fucking heard of before, and I was like, fucking, there's no way I would know that. And then the people that were actually playing were like, duh, there's no way I would know that. And so, so those were fun, kind of just like to watch things. They both happened late at night when I was really tired, so I didn't want to like participate in anything or like really pay attention. I just wanted something to watch, and so that's why I went to
So
them.
the Beginner's Guide to Kingdom Hearts was one thing.
No. The Beginner's Guide to Kingdom Hearts was like the only panel that I went to on Thursday.
So was that like actually just a decent panel though?
It was fine. Like it was basically just a guy explaining the Kingdom Hearts plot.
Did he like show cutscenes
Line?
and stuff?
No,
Or,
no.
Like, did he have a PowerPoint?
It was like a PowerPoint, and then to like just point out this is this character, this is that character, this is that character. When he is explaining the plot line.
How many people blew their brains out?
None, because like 90% of the audience was already
Checked for guns. Huh?
well, yeah, they did have bag check on the way into the event, but that's because this was like a week after the YouTube shooting or whatever.
Oh yeah.
So.
Oh
Like,
shit! Yeah, that's.
So yeah, there was like a huge bag check thing going on. Like they would let you take your bag and everything like that, but they like searched through everything.
Cosplayers to awkward nerd ratio at this convention.
Friday, Saturday, lots of cosplayers actually. Some really cool ones too, honestly. And then
Yeah, I saw someone do a Dark Magician Girl cosplay on Insta from PAXeast.
yeah, there was a lot of Overwatch. I saw one Dark Souls cosplay. He was fucking Onion Bro, and then there was. I'm not a huge fan of like titty girl cosplayers. They're basically just like I take a character and then overly sexualize the shit out of it.
Jessica Nahiri.
Well, yeah, I kind of like her. I mean, she at least like works really hard on her shit,
Right.
so I'm kind of like, okay, whatever. But again, like a lot of her popularity comes from the fact that all of her cosplays are giant cleavage characters.
Or characters turned into giant.
Yeah,
cleavage
I'm fine
characters.
with people that do it. It's whatever. If you do it, it's fine. You use your body to make money. That's totally within your rights. Lots of people do it, and it's a perfectly okay thing. It's just
Tell people to subscribe to your Patreon at the event.
It's just I'm personally not a fan. It's just not my thing.
I'm not okay with it. You're a scumbag.
Okay, whatever.
Keep going.
And then there was like a Cindy from Final Fantasy 15 walking around. So to be fair, you cosplay Cindy from Final Fantasy 15.
Yeah, her G-string is
It
showing
doesn't
in the
matter
game,
how
so,
you do
like,
it.
yeah.
Not really that much, but
Not that
to be
much.
fair,
Probably too much.
to be fair, Riku from Final Fantasy 10-2 specifically, that everybody fucking loves, by the way, hell a lot of G-string showing.
Yeah, no, I get you. I'm just
Like, people rag on Cindy from Final Fantasy 15 for some reason when there's a fucking shit ton of other Final Fantasy characters that are like...
Riku's the blonde one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's...
She basically walks around in, like, a thong bikini that happens to have shorts over it.
Yeah.
That are, like, hanging down
happens to
really
have,
far.
It was a mistake. They weren't supposed to be on
Yeah,
there.
exactly. But, so... She was walking around, and I was kind of like, her cosplay is actually really cool because it's super accurate, but it was just like one of those, like, just walking around with, like, fucking titties all over the place, and I'm just like, really? Like, you fucking...
You know, you ever just wonder, like, I remember, like...
Well, I really don't like talking about this either, because, like, we're doing the fucking Bill Cosby thing again. But it's like... You always go to a convention and there's the one person standing next to a sign that's like cosplay isn't consent, which is totally fucking true. But they're literally like fucking naked.
Okay,
and I'm like, people are gonna look at you.
That's not
There's creepy dudes at
That's not okay.
conventions.
See, that's fine. Like, you're always gonna get eye banged if you're like a sex cosplayer. But like, there's a difference for like. I think
No,
that's
I
something more
totally
for, like,
agree.
Don't
Don't
rope,
touch me or shit
don't
like that.
take pictures with me. without asking.
Yeah,
them first,
no,
you know,
I get
that's
that.
what I think that sounds more about.
I get that. The part that I think is kind of dumb is you're like going to a convention that's like full of sad, sweaty nerd dudes.
Yeah, that's why I asked you. The ratio of sweaty nerds to cosplayers.
Like, I get it. You like this character. You're fucking still kind of asking for some attention here. Like,
right.
You're gonna get some. If you legitimately don't want it, try and find a different costume.
I mean, if you accurately portray the
treading dangerous waters.
I know,
and
I get it, because I definitely want people to be like, I'm gonna do the thing that I want to do,
well, it's kinda
and then
just
like
okay,
people aren't gonna fucking touch me because I'm just doing what I want to do. But it's like, it's gonna happen.
We're like, when
It shouldn't. It shouldn't. It shouldn't. It shouldn't. It shouldn't. It shouldn't.
Yeah, no, it shouldn't, because like
but it does.
My friend went as like we went as Chun-Li and Ryu, and
again,
like
another
she
thing.
got real hardcore.
Like another thing is like you can cosplay something that's not even that bad, and it can definitely still happen to you.
Right.
And that's it is bullshit.
Right. Like
it
people,
shouldn't be a
like,
thing.
Like I said,
but
in general, like they're gonna like.
It's definitely something that's going to happen.
Alternatively, you wear about 5 rings and develop a mean backhand.
Good idea,
Good
actually.
idea. I like
no,
it.
It was actually kind of aggravating because I think it
Why
was.
not an infinity gauntlet?
I think
the
it was.
fuck
I think it was.
Sexy
and it's
Thanos.
heavy.
It was either Friday or Saturday where there was actually a streamer at the event who was there with either his girlfriend or wife, I don't remember, and someone like legitimately just like grabbed the shit out of her and was like whispering like fucking creepy ass shit in her ear.
That's fucking weird.
Yeah, and like the guy just like immediately dipped out as soon as she started going to talk to other people, and nobody saw him again. So like, it's like that's a really shitty situation to be in. And if you're that type of person, I hope somebody kills you. And that's not a joke. Like, you don't deserve to be alive if that's the type of person you are. Not even a joke. Like, straight up, get fucking murdered. Because fuck you.
You want to go to trailers?
No, anyways,
Get murdered.
back to what am I
Walk
supposed
out
to
into
say?
a bad neighborhood.
Yeah, exactly. I want you
Hold
to walk.
money in the air and refuse to give it to anyone.
I want you fully dressed, head to
Army.
toe in
They'll
red.
probably get him killed fast
In
in U.S.
nothing-
Army.
yeah, that too.
Sign up.
I want you to walk into heavily crypt territory, fully clothed in nothing but red, with bags of money on hand, just
Wait, which
white
side
as
is that
fuck.
on? Are we okay?
I don't fucking know, actually.
I don't think they give
Okay,
a shit.
turn.
Anyways.
back
Back to panels. Some really, really interesting ones that I went to. There was, it was like what was it? It was, I'm trying to remember the exact title. It was something like Advanced Combos, how to get good at fighting games. And it was basically like, there was like some Evo players and some fighting game coaches that were putting on this panel. And it was basically like general tips on if you are interested in the competitive, like the actual like professional competitive aspect of fighting games, like ways that you can like continuously train and improve yourself and get better. And it was actually like a lot of good advice for other games too, that if you're interested in getting into, because if you do play fighting games, a lot of what you're going to be grinding down in fighting games is going to translate really well to other video games also. Like maybe not like combo activations, but like timing especially. Some other shit. Predicting. Like, predicting what people are going to do is huge in fighting games, and it's pretty much big in any other game that you're going to play competitively also. And so that was a really interesting one, and I actually played in a Dragon Ball Fighters tournament.
No, go on, Fighter Z, I dig it, go on.
On Sunday,
Nope, it's fine.
and I took second. And one of the coaches that was putting on that panel was watching it, and so I took the time to talk to him afterwards, and he's like, yeah, I mean, you fucking got all the stuff down that you really need to. Like, basically, you just need to, like, work on...
Who were your three?
My three? I took Trunks Super Saiyan. I think he's only Super Saiyan.
He's only Super Saiyan on that, yeah.
Everybody's only Super Saiyan. Took Trunks, Krillin, and then Goku Black.
Dude, Goku Black, if you can land his combos, are sick.
He's really heavy on like melee, like attacks and shit like that, and so he's pretty good. The only problem is like he's not that great at range.
Right. Have you tried
So-
16? Like, I don't know if you play grapplers. If you play
I
the
don't
16.
like grapplers. I don't like being slow.
Right.
No matter what game I'm playing, I don't like being slow.
But 16
I will-
super move
I will
is
legitimately-
gnarly as fuck, though.
I will play games taking cuts at like half health
Right.
for like 25% extra speed.
No, I understand.
Because
But
I do not like being
16
slow.
super move, if like you use him as your last character, is gnarly as fuck.
Yeah,
It's
no.
a suicide move, and it's just
But no, I'm really hoping that Fighters stays in the competitive market. I think it's definitely a good game for competitive play. So, and then like I was saying, I took the time to talk to that coach about. I was just basically asking him like, you watch me play, because he watched all the matches. So I was like, you watched me play. Is there like anything you can really give me advice on? And he's like, you pretty much got your combos down. You've got like timing's really good, and you're okay at like predicting what's gonna happen. You probably need to learn to block a little bit more, and I can definitely agree with that, because I am definitely an I will tank damage to give damage kind of player.
All right. Well, that coach doesn't know shit. You need to snort cocaine up your reaction time.
I need to suck kilos of coke up my asshole.
what the fuck? Why is it always the
And
butthole?
to chug energy drinks before every game.
If your heart
Up your
doesn't
anus.
stop at least 5 times
Okay, now
during the
you're-
match,
now
you're
you're
not
making
doing
it
enough.
Yeah, I did play a Smash Brothers tournament also. Didn't do quite as good in that. I think there's maybe like either 42 or 48 people in
Was it
that.
an 8-man Smash tournament for
No,
each thing?
it was
Okay,
it
good.
was 1v1s.
Over in 6 rounds.
And I think I took 13th or 14th, so not terrible, but like.
You could do better.
But I was mostly just playing that one for fun, and I was really just playing the Dragon Ball FighterZ one for fun too. I just happen to be pretty good at fighters, which is not like that impressive, because it's one of those ones where it's like anybody can play it. It takes a decent amount of practice to get like professional level, but anyways, another panel I went to was like and I kind of just went to this as like a general like thing, because the title was like how to manage stream with regular life kind of thing, and it was like the main focus was at like Twitch streamers, where you could definitely take anything they were saying and translate it to other
Platforms.
yeah, any kind of platform, like content creation wise. So yeah, I was thinking of like YouTube and stuff like that, because like I've been wanting to like really get into doing the YouTube stuff. I just really like making shit, and I like video editing and setting up and stuff like that, and I want to do it. The problem is I don't really have the time. I got so many fucking hobbies that I'm trying to do. I got so much stuff to do through work. I've got like family stuff constantly going on. So I'm like, maybe this will give me some tips on like how I can separate that kind of stuff with doing like some YouTube. And so like they gave a lot of really good advice, honestly, because there were other people that were there that were like, how can you like maybe translate this a little bit more into stuff like YouTube, or just other potentially like hobbies that we're looking to try and make into like professional careers. And one of the like big things that they were pushing for YouTubers was cut your production value. Like, I get it, you want to release a video that's like a perfect video, but there are dudes that literally just release
Do that for a living.
Yeah, well, there are dudes that literally just release video after video that's just them talking behind a PowerPoint on YouTube, and they hit hundreds of thousands of views every single time.
Right, or it's just a still.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, figure out what you want to talk about, or discuss, or whatever, or what you're gonna do.
Don't make it
Find a way to
overwhelming.
make it interesting. But if you're spending 6, 7, 8 hours of your free time on top of working like a full-time job, just in the editing process, cut your production value. It's not gonna kill you, and in the end, you're probably gonna do a lot more because you're gonna be releasing more videos in less time, which is how YouTube's format is built to benefit people. You're gonna benefit the best if you can release at least a 5-minute video every day. Like, you're gonna do even better if you can get longer videos out multiple times a day. Obviously, not everybody has that kind of time.
Ooh, that's the ideal.
That's the way the algorithm benefits
All right,
most.
guys,
It's based
doing a podcast every day.
it's it's based on
Continuous uploading.
yeah, it's based on watch minutes. Well, this is how YouTube's algorithm sends things out to other people. It's based on watch minutes and then people that continuously come back to you every day, like number of people. So like, the more regular viewers that you have visiting your channel every day, the more you're going to benefit, and then the more minutes per day they are watching your channel, you're going to benefit more too. So if you're releasing a 10-minute video every day, YouTube's going to be using their algorithm, and they're going to be doubling the amount that they send your video out to other people if all of those daily viewers were just watching a 5-minute video per day. If you're doing 15, you're going to get more. If you're doing 20, you're going to get more. And that, it's continuous watch minutes, too. That's kind of the shitty part about it. So it's like...
How long they stay on your video before...
Yeah,
like,
how long they stay on your channel.
Right.
And then, again, like, if they show up daily, if they show up bi-daily, if they show up weekly, that sort of thing. For people that are streaming, the big thing they were pushing is... set up a consistent schedule, stick to it.
Yeah,
it's hard. It's not easy. The guys that were there are like full-time streamers right now, and they were basically like, we grinded for like 3 to 4 years before we made it anywhere.
Right.
We're talking 8 hours minimum of a regular job or whatever we were doing at the time, 8 hours of streaming a day. Every day. No weekends off, no vacations. The one guy that was up there was like, I took like 4 days off when my dad passed away, and I lost a fuckload of subscribers in those 4 days. And that's just part of streaming that happens. Like, it fucking sucks, but that's just kind of the way it is. And they were like, if you really aren't willing to put in the grind, like, you don't really need to do 8 hours a day.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to cut it to 4, you could probably still, as long as you're streaming like every day or at least consistently, like you set up a schedule, you're like, I'm going to stream Tuesday through Sunday. I'm going to take Mondays off. You're probably not going to get any subscribers on Monday. You might even lose like 1 or 2. Possibly, because like people have to auto-renew subscriptions, and if their subscription ends on that Monday, and you take all Mondays off, they're probably going to give their subscription to somebody else. So, I'm talking about like people that only buy one subscription, or people that use like their Amazon Prime to subscribe to streamers. So if you're not streaming 7 days a week, there's always that chance you're going to lose subscribers on that day that you always take off. You probably will every time. Because again, people's subscriptions are going to they don't auto-renew. They have to do it manually. And they're probably going to give it to somebody else when it gets up on that day if you're not streaming. The main thing they were like saying was like, set up a time. This is when you're going to stream. Stick to it. If you can do that, and you can be interesting enough for people to come on, you're more than likely going to find some sort of audience. And then one of my favorite parts of that panel was actually there was a girl that came up at the end when they were answering questions from the audience and stuff, and she was talking about how she wants to stream, but she's not really into like hardcore games, and she talked about a game that she was actually like playing recently, and it's this game that's on the Switch where you basically just play as like a koi fish, like collecting bubbles and shit like that or something. I don't know what the game was, but it was hilarious because everyone was just like, what do you mean you don't play games that people are interested in? That sounds relaxing as fuck. And like at the panel, they set up her username for Twitch for Koi Fish Girl. And like everybody in the panel subscribed to her and shit like that. And
Awesome.
set up a Twitter for her like right there. It was really cool. I saw a couple other ones, but I feel like we should probably keep going a little bit. I played some Magic tournaments while I was there. Played a Masters Sealed. I spent $70 on a sealed event. Pulled like $400 worth in cards in my box. I was like,
Kevin Spacey.
dope.
Well, John, I'm just saying, like, we could make this the PAX tangent because we didn't do a Fictional Fight Club research.
I mean, I guess we could.
Oh yeah, you got the Slayer Link fight ready?
Of course not.
Okay, so yeah, no, just keep talking about that. Tell us more about PAX, John.
I don't want to do a whole tangent or whatever. I mean, I guess
Let
it's
us
just like
love
half
you.
an
I
hour.
feel like
I'm
we're-
sure it's already at like half an hour.
Tell us your
Yeah,
It's a little
journey.
farther than that.
Yeah, it probably is.
No, it's fine. It's like
Um,
you were having a good, like, you were explaining
Well,
shit
no,
super
we can-
passionately, and I
can-
find that super enjoyable, and like, you know.
We can make it like maybe like a mixture of what you saw at Funimation too, unless you already,
You already talked about that.
I mean,
Alright,
we
fine.
can talk a little bit.
I mean,
like,
it doesn't matter.
okay, so I went to Funimation, and big place comparatively to what I thought it would be.
I mean, if you've already talked about it on the
Yeah.
podcast, I already know what's there. So I was just like, okay, we could just talk about it. But then if you've already brought it up,
Right.
oh, what else was I talking about?
Oh, I saw the Westworld play. I saw the Westworld replica.
Oh, yeah?
Watch Westworld.
I haven't yet, but I plan to.
It's good.
I just really haven't had the time.
Extremely interesting. Like, they made the replica of the Westworld town super authentic, from what I saw. I actually got to see a bunch of podcasters that I listened to live too. That was
Okay.
really cool.
Uh,
It was really weird to.
I got
like,
to back to PAX. I got to meet Angry Joe while I was there. Cool dude, not always angry.
He's actually based in Austin too.
Yeah, and he was at PAX. I did not get a chance to go see his. He had like a really well, it was kind of like a panel, but it was more like he did a show there, kind of thing. But it was also in panel format, like where he answered questions at the end, and it was in the big theater, like the big Grand Hall theater, and so I didn't get a chance to go see it, but I did get to meet him later that night because he was just walking around, and I was like, "Oh, fucking Joe," and
Did you
Angry
meet
Joe.
anyone else? Like,
Ross Donovan, who does some stuff with Aaron and Dan from Game Grumps and them, which is how I first saw him, and then he has like his own stuff, and he does a lot of animating and stuff. I didn't really get to meet him, but I saw him there, and I was like, wow, he's kind of like really surrounded by people. So I kind of just yelled his name really loud, and he like looked at me, and I'm like, hello! And then he like was like, hi! And then I was like, bye! And then I left. So that was cool. I would have liked the chance to meet him because I really love his animation stuff. But again, like he was surrounded and really busy, so I was just like, just fucking.
Punching your way through the people.
Yeah,
did you
sure.
ask any questions on the panels or anything?
No, I did not specifically ask any questions. I did have
Did
a
you
few.
hold back then, or did you?
Well,
just,
yeah, because like I had some questions, but it was like at the same time I was like I kind of wanted other people to ask their questions, and like I think there was maybe like 2 questions that I had that didn't get asked by those people in line also, and then like one of those questions somebody basically specifically asked something else, and then they answered my question in the answer to that question
gotta
too.
ask, like, outlandishly fun questions.
And then,
They'll
well,
do it.
the thing is that like most of the panels that I went to were more on the informative side
Okay.
than anything else, and so like it's not like I didn't want to disturb that, but it was more like I had other stuff that I would have much rather have brought up, like things that I actually wanted to know, as opposed to me just being like Cox. or
No,
something.
was this your first convention?
Kinda. This is my first really big convention. I've been to like smaller ones. Obviously like ones that are like slightly more local here. This is my first time like flying somewhere and spending like almost a week somewhere else to go to a huge convention with thousands of people at it. And oh man, lines. Like on Thursday and somehow on Saturday, like the lines just like breeze right through them super fast. Got through bag check, just a couple minutes, and we were inside the building in the convention center. Friday and Sunday, it was fucking packed. Like PAX was packed.
That's literally okay. So
Which nobody was thinking Sunday was gonna be like that. Like it fucking floored us, because usually Sunday is like one of the days when it's like calming down a lot.
It's usually
And
Friday. Saturdays that are
and
the
Friday
ones that,
was packed.
Yeah.
Saturday had a lot of people, but I think they were like, we were predicting a lot of people. We have a lot of people at the bag checks checking bags, because like on Friday they had like 8 lines. On Saturday they had like 28 different lines. So they were like checking bags left and right and just shitting people through. And but yeah, Sunday it was like we were in line for like an hour, which doesn't seem like a lot, but for me it was a long time, because I was trying to get to this Magic Sealed event, and I was like, all right, I'm gonna show up at like 10 o'clock, because it's you have to sign up by like 11:30, and then at noon it starts. So I show up at 10 o'clock, then I'll get in there, I'll get signed up. Then I can go get something to eat or something, and then I can come back, get my box, set up my deck, play some games.
Was it a dry con?
A what?
A dry convention? Could you buy alcohol there?
I don't know, because the convention center has like a Sam Adams grill, and I walked by it a couple times. I never ate there, but I remember seeing like sorry for the inconvenience, no alcohol served at this time. But I don't think it was there right away during the day. So I don't know if it was like eventually they ran out of booze or something. But I would guess that yes, it was a dry convention. Because I don't think I really saw anyone walking around with it. Obviously I didn't see anyone walking around with anything. But I also don't remember seeing anyone at this Sam Adams grill that had anything.
How many people did you see go live on either Twitch, YouTube, or Facebook with their cellular devices?
You mean like vlogging the thing?
You see.
I don't know. I wasn't really paying attention to like that sort of thing.
He was too busy vlogging.
Yeah, exactly. No, there
He
was.
stuck his GoPro on his forehead and made a unicorn.
See,
horse.
if I was gonna do something like that, where I was just gonna wear a GoPro, I'd be like, okay, then vlogging is not that big of a deal, because you're just walking around doing the convention. You just happen to be filming it at the same time.
Yeah, it's like a first
It's
person.
the people that are like holding their phones constantly in front of their faces, that are walking around like in selfie mode with their stupid sticks.
It's like, what's
pointed
up,
at-
guys?
What's up? I'm
guys?
hanging
It's
out
your
at
boy."
PAX, doing shit. Like that kind of irritates me, because it's like you paid a fuckload of money to get in this thing. Like it was like $150, $160 per day to get into PAX. And like I definitely got my money's worth out of it.
Right.
I hit every booth I wanted to hit. I hit like 100 fucking more booths past that. I went to almost every panel that I wanted to. The only ones I didn't get to see were like panels that were happening at the same time.
That's always kind of the shit thing about like
Yeah,
conventions. Is
but
that, like,
but
panels
it's
you
like
wanna go to.
it's like going to a big. It's like going to Warped Tour or like Northern Invasion or something like that, where you go to like a big concert where there's multiple stages. It's just something that you know is going to happen. So, like, yeah, it's kind of like, oh, it sucks that I got to decide between these two. But I was already prepared knowing that I was going to have to do that anyways. And,
Did you flip a coin?
no, I just kind of fucking picked whichever one I was feeling most like going to. Like that streaming one, it was at the same time as like a Writers Guild panel. And it was like a Writers Guild professional DMs talk about like basically like how they write campaigns and stuff like that. I was like, oh, I really want to go to that, but this one kind of seems more relevant to what I'm
You can just look that up.
thinking about. What?
You can
My
just
name's
look
John
up the
D.
Writers
I have a
Guild.
relevant
like
DM question.
like pretty much a lot of this stuff you can just go on YouTube and watch stuff like it already
How
existing.
can I make a character a chronic masturbator funny?
Easy. He's a chronic masturbator. It's already funny. Anyways.
How do I get a leader in my group when they're a drug addict, a chronic masturbator, and a guy who's scared to go outside?
But basically, like, my decision to go to the streaming one first, or instead, was like, it's put on by the people. I have more questions that can be answered right now by like a personal, by like going there and seeing them in the moment than what I have for like potential campaign work
So that
and
same
DM stuff.
See that same feeling you had when you went to that YouTube, the streamer, like how to do your everyday life, and
it was like managing your everyday
I
life
had
with your content
the
creation
way
kind of
that
thing.
you were passionate talking about that. I was telling these guys last week, just off mic when I went to visit Rooster Teeth, is that like when I went there, they gave the brief summary of how everything was made and how like how Red versus Blue first came out and how it bombed because the website that it was originally coming out with shut down and stuff like that. That to me is like, and it's just, if you just persist and keep doing it and you keep doing it, it'll pay off.
We're almost
Like,
built in the day.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
The only problem that I had with that panel is that it wasn't obviously it wasn't like catered to me specifically. That's not really my problem with it. It's that like
yeah, John, fuck them for not having
This
this
is
for
catered to the taste of John Dean. I'm
no,
fucking
not
outta
like
here.
taste wise, but like lifestyle wise. They were
Where's
definitely
my welcome banner?
it was definitely focused around people that work like
minuscule, like
no, like base just 9 to 5s and that's it. Like it definitely really doesn't fit for people that are like me, where like or like Gil, where it's like, hey, this week we're working 5 days a week, all 8s. Next week we're working 7 days a week, all 12s.
You work on a fucking swing schedule?
Kind of, but it gets kind of decided like at close to the end of the week prior. So like
That's
this,
pretty gay.
yeah,
Man.
it sucks, and I don't really like it. I'm hoping that once night shift actually opens up, we'll be able to get a little bit less of that, more consistent schedule.
You're still working days?
Yeah, because I'm still technically training. It's gonna be a little while yet. They're
Yeah,
thinking
it's been like 3 months.
yeah, they're thinking end of May, beginning of June. It's been almost 6. Like when we're done, it'll be almost 6.
Yeah, because you started
January.
January, yeah.
But anyways, so like next week it's like Monday through Thursday is 10s and then Friday's set at 8. So it's definitely not like hit for that, because like I can't work a 12-hour shift and then go home and stream for 8 hours. Like you're talking like
You're only gonna have 4 hours.
yeah,
of
you're
sleep.
talking
Sleep for 3.5, then get
well,
back up.
it's not even. It wouldn't even be 4 because I gotta wake up an hour early so that I can drive to work. So like you're talking like 3 hours of sleep right there.
If you weren't diabetic, I'd suggest like a food Twitch channel.
Well, one thing they talked
I mean,
about
you
too
could do that. You
is
could
yeah,
be
there's
more specific
there's
catering to
You'll
the
notice
diabetic
that I'm
community.
making my breakfast. So
Well-
I have to go to work in 10 minutes.
there with
I think a peanut
I think-
butter sandwich will suffice.
I think maybe like
Don't forget
a
the
year
jelly.
or like a year and a half or
Free.
maybe even
What?
2 years. I can't remember exactly when it was, but they introduced Twitch IRL, which is like you can just stream whatever you're doing, you can just stream. Like one of the guys that was up, because they were talking about this too. One of the guys that was up there actually has a friend who is like a carpenter, like professionally. That's what he does.
That's actually super cool. He twitches his carpentry.
Well, at first he did not. Like he just did carpentry, and then he was like, when he heard about Twitch IRL, he called up his friend whose name is Brian, who was the professional streamer.
What's his
and he's
ad,
like,
Brian? Is it ad?
I followed him on Twitter, but I can't remember what it is. I actually followed all of the people from that Twitter.
You mean Koi Fish Girl?
Yeah, I followed Koi Fish Girl.
Is she still doing Twitch videos about koi fish?
I haven't really paid attention to what she has been doing lately. Broman. And then the other panelists were Loco. And then let me see if I can find him real quick. Broman, Loco.
That's a great Twitter name.
What, Loco or
No.
Broman?
Wow.
He doesn't
Mario sound effects.
he doesn't tweet. DM Brandon is another one, and then there was one more. He was not a streamer, but he started a company that their specific thing that they do is they
Are like agents.
they're
to
managers.
streamers.
Yeah, they're
interesting now. See, that's the thing that's
see,
getting weird.
he's
Like,
okay. His at is at Omeed, Omeed, and see, he started it up because like at first he was a streamer, and then he was kind of like, oh wow, this is kind of a really like. There's a lot of people trying to take advantage of these people, and they don't really have much of a choice to go with these people that are taking advantage of them for like all kinds of, for other stuff, not like management purposes, but for like setting up events or like doing live shows or meet and greet type stuff. Like there's just people like charging them ridiculous prices and shit like that, and they don't have a choice because they aren't like professionally
set out to do
yeah,
this kind of
to
stuff.
like figure this kind of shit out. And so like he's like, I'm gonna start this company. My goal is first and foremost to help streamers, and then he did it, and now they manage a shit ton of them.
That's awesome.
And then he also has like a side project where he helps other people start up these management companies to help streamers out.
Yeah. Dude, that managing video game stuff is like getting big because like a kid I went to college with, he just got a grant from the state of Iowa.
It's just
to make an agency for pro gamers.
Yeah, no, it's exactly the same thing as like musicians and stuff like that signing up, or like actors signing up with agents. They are just
becoming a sport.
Yeah, it's becoming a sport. Content creators are essentially
personalities,
performers,
yeah.
And so it's very similar thing. I mean, I talk about Game Grumps a lot because I really like Aaron. They're starting up a service where they help people who do video game stuff or stuff like it set up live event shows where they can just go and play in front of live groups. And like beforehand, it's really difficult for people who do stuff like this to set up a live show because it's like, oh, they basically just want to rip you off.
Right.
And like the way that musicians don't get ripped off like that is that like their record labels set this stuff up. So like business professionals set this shit up for them, and they're like, the business professional comes in, he's like, this is how much money you stand to make by this concert just being here. Here's what you can make off of this on top of that. And then the venue is like sold, usually. But when you specifically go and you're like, hey, I want to put on a live show here, they'll be like, all right, $100,000, give it to us. And you're like, no? And they're like, oh, well, shit, fucking suck a dick then. And that really sucks because that's not fair. But like, so it's really cool that they're starting up something like this to basically do the same thing for people. And so, okay, anyways, back to Twitch IRL. his friend called Broman is his Twitch and Twitter name. His real name is Brian. He also does like a really cool charity like convention thing, and I can't remember exactly what that's called, but whatever. I'm fucking long-winded now. Anyways,
I couldn't tell.
Fucking. So he's like, is it a? Do you think people would be interested in this, like watching it? Do you think that I'd actually be able to go anywhere with it? And he was like, honestly, I don't know. Like, my advice, go for it. Like, there's an audience for everything out there.
I'll be fucking real with you. There's a person, fan page I follow on Facebook that goes live when they build Saiyan armor and shit.
Yeah.
I'll just watch that, and I find that shit to be fucking interesting.
I mean, like, there's fucking anything that you are going to make for the internet that you're interested in.
There's probably
there's going to be other people
that are
who are going to want to watch it. There are videos on Pornhub of just girls' feet. Millions of fucking views. Millions.
Why are we not funding this?
Fucking millions. Because we probably all have ugly ass feet.
No, I mean, like, we just start up the Roshan Bros Pornhub page, do feet fetish things.
I just told you we probably all have really
we'll just
ugly
get
feet.
a person.
I know I have ugly ass
No,
feet.
no,
I got diabetic feet. I'm not even gonna have feet in the future.
I don't even know how to score my feet. But I have the flattest feet in the world.
Jeez, you're definitely gonna be above me. That's for sure.
I don't know how
I got
comfortable
fucking
feel
scabs
people
all
getting
over my
off
feet
on
and shit.
Oh, that sounds terrible.
Oh man, I'd be totally fine with it. Like, as long as I don't gotta watch someone jerk off to a video of my feet.
God damn.
Anyways.
Why would you have to watch? You don't understand how the website works, do you?
No, I do. What I'm saying is I would be fine with it as long as I don't have to watch it, which I don't have to, so I'm fine with it. Anyways, back on to Twitch IRL again. Well, it turned out that a lot of people ended up watching the guy make tables, and then he ended up
selling those tables?
Well, he ended up making commission for the tables. Well, he was already making the tables to sell them, because carpentry was his profession. So now he was Twitch streaming while he made the tables or whatever it was that he was making, and then he was selling those to viewers as well, and then he started taking commissions from viewers to make stuff on stream that he was then selling to those streamers. Like, he was pre-selling them, or not to streamers, to viewers. He was
that's
pre-selling
super cool.
them to viewers, and then he would stream himself making it for the viewers. And so basically he was like doubling the amount that he was making at any given time.
That's awesome.
Or potentially more, depending on how many people were watching at any given time. But yeah, it's really cool. A lot of people aren't huge fans of Twitch IRL. Streamer-wise, they don't like it because it's on Twitch and it's not specifically gaming.
Well, my
all
dude,
the
they
time.
Twitch like fucking.
Well, I fucking hate Twitch.
But yeah, I'm not like a huge fan of Twitch
My dude,
myself.
they streamed the entire reboot series for 48 fucking hours.
Well, yeah,
too.
they
Like,
did Yu-Gi. Well, they did a like a 24-hour commercial stream where they played Yu-Gi-Oh for a little while in between the commercials. So that's a joke, by the way. They did a 24-hour for I don't remember. They just did a big YouTube or a Yu-Gi-Oh marathon, and it was like every 5 minutes they played like 3 ads. It was ridiculous. But a lot of people still watched it because it was
they
like
had a
free
Power
Yu-Gi-Oh.
Rangers stream.
Yeah, they did
Yeah.
the Power Rangers too.
Dude, that I was on that stream. I was watching that stream. Some of those comments on some of the fucking early episodes of Power Rangers are just
But
on point.
Oh,
Other
you should've
things-
seen the ones in the later ones.
About
But-
Turbo?
No, it's just like they the monster crushes a building, millions dead,
yeah,
trillions dead, the whole world dead.
That's all I think
But,
of when I watch superhero movies.
yeah, true. But some other things that were there. There was a huge Twitch booth there. I didn't really check that out too much. I do have a Twitch account. I don't stream because my internet sucks too hard for it. But I did stream for a little while. I like it. I just don't really care that much for some of the way Twitch practices work.
Stream on the YouTubes now.
Yeah, but it's not really the best option either.
Is it still because of your internet?
No. Well, yes, it is because of the internet. Like, I won't be able to stream on any platform with the current internet that I have. But the thing is like, yes, people still do it. But one thing that people get a lot of complaints with is if you subscribe to someone, monetary wise, you'll get like emotes. And on Twitch, you can bring those emotes into other chats and use them up somewhere else. On YouTube, you can only use it in that specific person's chat.
Yeah.
So it's like, hey, you gave this guy money, and you got these emotes, as well as the fact that you're supporting his content. But you can only use it here. So it's not really something that you can like bring somewhere else and be like, you like this? Check out this guy too. Here's emotes. Or whatever. Just like bring them somewhere.
I don't know if your entire reason for like, I'm not gonna fucking subscribe to this guy just because I can't use his emotes in other places.
Well, another complaint that I see from a lot of people is that the layout is not the most efficient for YouTube, which I haven't.
Makes sense.
I haven't done anything with YouTube stream wise or YouTube Live, so I don't really know personally. But I could definitely understand how that could be frustrating, especially when something like Twitch exists, where it's already basically like, this is how you do it. Everything is right where you need it. Go to town. And then you just have to slowly get better at making your own shit work better to become better. But I went and checked out the Mixer booth, talked to some guys there about how that works and stuff. Kind of cool, very limited. But there was a Facebook gaming booth there too. And it's basically like Facebook opening up their own streaming service. It's new. It's still in beta mode. I did get signed up to potentially try to get into the beta mode. So basically I'd be streaming on Facebook. Well, it's new. It's in beta, but it's new. It's gonna get a lot of attention here in the next coming months because it's new.
Lizard Man Simulator, can't wait.
But I don't know. It'll depend. I don't know if I will get approved for the beta, but I did get signed up. I'm not really sure how I like the interface and how it all works. Again, we'll see because it's still in beta. But yeah, it was a good time. I've been talking about it for a really long time, and I haven't even talked about like everything that went on. A lot of streamers.
Yeah.
So.
Did you hang them?
Big summer
Around
Lol.
the place?
But I mean, I went with our friend who is a Twitch streamer, Brady. And he streams Pokemon, and so I ended up spending a lot of time with a bunch of other Pokemon streamers. There's a difference between like normal streaming and like streaming
Pokemon.
a game. Well,
Specific.
not just Pokemon, but just games kind of like it.
There's like a community.
Yeah, basically. So like they go about Twitch in a whole different way, which is definitely not how I personally would do it, but it works for that specific game. So it's not like they're wrong in the way that they do it. So it was kind of
What is the if it's not personal? What's the difference?
Pokemon streaming is like you stream Pokemon and then that's kind of what is your bread and butter. That's it. Like
You have
yeah,
nothing else.
you can do other stuff. You can do other stuff.
But people are there
But
for the pokes.
Your regular viewers are going to come for Pokemon, and they're probably not going to come for anything else. Like that's it. Like a lot of Pokemon streamers are dabbling into Fortnite too. Obviously, I don't personally care that much for it. I don't hate it. I definitely do not hate Fortnite.
Oh, I'd play Fortnite with you.
I definitely don't hate Fortnite.
you.
It's just
I'll be
I'm not
the
a
Drake to your ninja.
Lol. I'm just not a huge fan of Fortnite. It's not like I don't like it. I do like it actually. I think it's a good game. It's just not really my
Have you
thing.
played it?
Maybe even
Yes,
Logic.
I've played it.
It's not a good game. It's broke to all hell.
I'll be the
All right, fine.
cage in the cage.
And but again, like sometimes they'll get more viewers, but they're not their regular viewers. They're other people that are like there to watch them play Fortnite. They don't know who they are, and those people maybe they'll come back to watch you play Fortnite again, but they're not gonna watch you play Pokemon. And so that's kind of the thing. Like you'll get your Pokemon viewership, and they'll probably come back every fucking day you're streaming Pokemon.
I do notice that like when they're done streaming, they always have a friend who's gonna stream a Pokemon thing next, and
they'll rate them, and then all their viewers will go watch them. But like most of the people who watch Pokemon streamers will generally watch all of them.
Right.
So, and that's kind of the thing.
Weird
It's personally, like, I would like to stream Pokemon at some time too. My thing is I'm not as interactive with the chat, and that's where most of the viewership from Pokemon streams come. It's a really personal like chat space, because you don't have to pay that much attention to the game, especially when you're just shiny hunting. You're just running around, random encounters.
Yeah,
You
who
get a
doesn't want to
shiny-
hear John Gene's live wiener jokes?
Well, that's pretty much what it is. You're literally just talking to the chat the whole time while
Named my Charmander Big Penis.
while the you can't, unfortunately.
He would name it Dragon Energy.
God damn it.
But and that's just not really my thing. I would much rather play the game, semi-talk to the chat, and
No, I can tell through our Dark Souls playthrough that you get into the game, and then
Yeah,
when I'm
well-
just hanging out with you, you're just explaining the lore, and I'm just nodding my head like, huh, yeah, that's very interesting.
yeah, it's like that. And then again, it's the same thing like too, that I wouldn't want to just stream like the one thing.
Right.
I want, if I was gonna do streaming, I would definitely want to be like a variety, and it's really hard to break out on Twitch. Being a variety streamer.
Generally,
Like,
people gear more towards specific.
yeah,
games.
exactly. It's
Especially
the
the
same
bigger
thing
ones.
with having a schedule and sticking to
Could
it.
you
If
not-
you have a specific thing that you are focusing on and you're sticking to it, you're gonna get more people consistently
people-
coming
Could you
back.
do like
for that.
Souls-esque
Yeah.
games though? Like,
Well,
if you,
yeah,
like-
definitely could, but that's the thing, is I don't only play Souls games. I play shooters. I like racing games. I like Pokemon. I like RPGs. I like turn-based RPGs. I like strategy games, and I want to play all of that shit. The problem is if I'm consistently forming a stream schedule and I'm variety streaming it, I'm not going to get as many people consistently coming back. I definitely have like a wider potential viewership because I'm playing so many more games, but I don't have as many people who are going to consistently come
So
back
would
every
you say
day.
that your like a YouTube channel would
That's
be?
what I was going to
Yeah.
get at. That's kind of where I think why I'm a little bit more focused towards YouTube, because you can definitely make it as a variety streamer. It's just you got to put in a little bit extra work.
Yeah, you've got to like you said,
Well,
you work 12 to
and-
8 to 12 hour shifts.
Well,
that
it,
is,
it
like-
really depends on the day. When I'm on night shift, it'll probably be like 10 to 11 hours a night, but it'll only be 4 days a week. Because I get Fridays off unless day shift has to work on Saturday.
Wouldn't the YouTube streaming be better for you then?
Well, potentially, yes.
Because
But
they'd already be used to the variety of your channel
yeah,
anyway.
exactly.
And I feel like
But-
that's a more common thing on YouTube in
Mhm.
general.
Yeah, it definitely is. And then again, like when it comes to people who do make it on variety streaming, it's generally because people are there to see that person specifically. Like it's usually like a personality or some sort of quirk that comes with watching
So
them.
John, all we gotta do is put
play
X's on
games.
your nipples.
No. But I could get a decent following of people who really like dick jokes.
All right, so we'll.
I was just gonna have you dress up in a sausage costume.
I would wear it.
And then
It's just a hot dog every day.
Yeah, just go call it the breakfast bowl page or
Hot
something
dog
like
John,
that.
There you
Yeah.
go. That's where I was going.
I'm definitely gonna stick with the I am John Dean name.
Oh, you
because
don't want
I
to go
am
with breakfast
breakfast
bowl?
bowl.
I
am breakfast bowl.
I could,
So
Capitalize it though.
what we're trying to say
but then
is
I would have to continuously explain that story.
John is going to be I am breakfast
took the
bowl.
first
No, you
video
just
you
dress
ever
as a
recorded.
sausage.
I would have to explain it all the time.
No
He would be like,
explanation needed.
"Where does your breakfast bowl name come from?" And I'd be like, "Well, you see, this one time at this kegger that I was underage at."
Don't technically have to do that if you upload a YouTube video describing
That's
it.
true.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Or-
that's the first
Always.
video.
Fun fact: you just always have a Jimmy Dean breakfast bowl with you at all times.
I just
All time.
get a Jimmy Dean poster laminated on my wall.
Yes.
and put it right behind me anytime I'm filming myself.
All right, so that was John's adventures at PAXeast and our ideas of what streaming.
There's
should
so
work.
much more shit that I did past this, but yeah, we're branching on over an hour now.
So thanks, guys, for listening. YouTube algorithm.